Proving the SPI by having a scheduled recovery efforts, which is ineffective or effective. Also, the next trend indicator here you have is a declining SPI. So when you have, let's say, a declining SPI, it means that there's a persistent delay that needs an urgent action. Again, so improving SPI, it means that there is a scheduled recovery efforts which are effective. Like you as a project manager, if you have taken a corrective action to improve your SPI, and you could see that your SPI is getting improved, so your scheduled recovery efforts are, let's say, effective. A stable SPI, or let's say, where the SPI is uh, less than 1 or equal to 1, it indicates a systematic schedule inefficiencies, and then you need to take an action. Tracking the SPI trends over time helps the project managers to anticipate future delays. Remember that a constant downward trends require a deeper investigation into the root causes, such as the ineffective resource allocation or the underestimated task duration. Now let's talk about integrating the AVM with scheduling control techniques. So the best practices here that you can apply to integrate the AVM with the schedule controlling, first that you can use the SPI to trigger the schedule compression methods like crashing or fast tracking. You remember when we talked about in case that you have, let's say, a low SPI lower than 1, that has triggered a problem, and then to solve that problem you need to do this schedule compression techniques that we already have covered, including the crashing or fast tracking or resource leveling or resource smoothing, whatever, let's say, a scheduling technique or method that helps you to bring back the SPI to 1 or more. May also integrate the AVM or apply the variance analysis, the SV or the schedule variance analysis to identify the schedule, let's say, drawbacks or the bottlenecks. Finally, you also can apply the EVM with combination of Monte Carlo simulation for better forecasting. Let's here have a look on one of these case studies where the end value management is used in a manufacturing project. Let's say that a car manufacturer, let's say, project which planned to complete 500 units in 6 months, and by the fourth month, okay, by the fourth month out of 500 units in 6 months, so think of the planned value here is 500 units, and the duration of the project is 6 months, and you here are the fourth month, and the planned value was only 67%, uh, which that means equal to 335 units. This is the planned value where you were supposed to be at. Okay, so when we divided, let's say, the 500 units into 6 months, we could see that the planned value of the fourth month were supposed to be 67% complete, meaning that you were supposed at the fourth month to be completing not less than 335 units. But the actual value or the earned value where the let's say the project was running, it shows that the earned value was only 58%, and the only completed number of units was 290 compared to the planned supposed value, which is 335 units. And to calculate the SPI here, that you could find the SPI is behind the schedule with 0.87. Again, the planned value here were supposed to be 335 units as per the fourth month, but the actual value or the earned value here were only completed 290 units out of the 330, let's say, 5. So to calculate the SPI, we said the earned value divided by the planned value, and then you get, let's say, the 335 divided into 290, you get 0.87, which means behind the schedule. And the action you as a project manager need to take to bring back the project on track is introduce, let's say, overtime shifts. And that means crashing. Recall when we talked about crashing by adding extra resources and that will introduce extra, let's say, cost. So to take an action here to fix the delays or the lower SPI, we first again said that you need to introduce the overtime shifts. That is schedule compression technique called crashing. Also, you may increase the automation in assembly lines. And by increasing the automation and assembly lines, you can improve also the, let's say the speed and the quality of your operation. And in this case, the SPI or the trend or the indicator of SPI has helped the management to recognize early schedule slippages and take the proactive measures to recover back. This data driven approach prevented the significant project delays and cost overruns. Key takeaways here we talked about from the earned value management schedule monitoring. We talked about SPI, which we considered as a crucial metric for tracking the schedule efficiency. We also talked about forecasting tools like the Monte Carlo simulations. Also, we have seen how to predict, let's say, the estimated completion date by using these tools and the EVM to help you predict the project completion timelines. Also, we've talked about EVM, which could identify the risks or the schedule risks early, allowing a proactive management. Uh, we also looked how to apply these corrective actions, such as fast tracking, crashing, which can restore the schedule performance and bring it back to track. My final thoughts here on the AVM schedule monitoring. We say that effective schedule monitoring is not just about tracking the progress, it's also about predicting and controlling the deviation before they escalate. Using the SPI and schedule management and CPI and cost management or cost control and the AVM techniques, the project managers here can ensure a timely project delivery while maintaining cost efficiency. Mastering these concepts is essential for passing your PMP exam and excelling at real world project execution.